Thank you for joining from LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll be talking shortly on the cloud data mastery in terms of unleashing the power of Snowflake, BigQuery, Microsoft Fabric for enterprise AI transformation. Just for your information, I'm John, the Chief Solution Architect here in MVIT, in charge of AI, data, and cloud. And I want to talk today about cloud data master, which is like the oil of today, the new currency. And so we'll be talking about three key major um, stuffs in terms of how you use data to power a lot of things, different type of AI or product that are out there. So I'll be bringing to you to talk about snowflakes, flakes, and then the BigQuery and Fabric. Snowflakes, of course, from one of the big company there that came up with a lot of data warehouse, data storage. BigQuery is from Google, and Microsoft Fabrics, as the name implies, you see that is from Microsoft. So I'll be looking at how you use, if you understand the power of data and how you can use this framework or tool or technology that helps to the I call it the cloud data, right? To manage the cloud data, the storage, unification of data, and it's a place. These are technologies or products that are being built by this company that helps you to do a lot of things, right? It support your data warehousing, data storage, quick data manipulations, and all that. So I'll be talking about how you can use, so just to have an idea, Snowflakes, what is it about? BigQuery, Microsoft Fabric for enterprise artificial intelligence transformation. Those are the things that I'm actually talking about. Yeah, so let's look at the architecture. There are the enterprise data warehouse component. Traditionally, you understand that just like the name implies, a data warehouse, and there are key elements of modern cloud data platforms that you need to be aware of. And so, from this architecture, and today I'm walking you through a kind of guidance to guide you, comprehensive guide or provisions of a kind of step by step of how this Snowflake, BigQuery, Microsoft is changing everything. So see big AI stuff there. These are like the main place where it's being used. We see data source. Data source could come from CRM, ERP products like the hotspot, various places. Data could also be housed in a structured query language database like or non-structured language database, or the relational or non-relational, be it Oracle database, Microsoft Server, SQL, or MongoDB, or uh, everywhere. Like you have a lot of them over the PostgreSQL. Data could also be coming from IoT. IoT is Internet of Things. You have camera there, you have this device, you have that equipment to monitor telemetry, and you need information. Or in the hospital, a doctor is remote, you need to get information from the patient to know that. So those are could be Internet of Things, or social media or website, right? Or even a spreadsheet like a flat file. And so there are different places that data come from. And so this, the Snowflakes, BigQuery, and Microsoft Fabrics are used to have a proper design of your data for a better manipulation, a better management in forms of, and then for an easy ETL means extract, transformations, and loading. So you either extract the file, you have a file, the columns are not arranged well, or you have some missing data that you want to arrange. So before you do anything with this data, you need to do what we call staging, right? So the staging is like preparing for your pipeline of those data. So it has a staging side and then the storage layer in terms of the metadata manager. The metadata manager, you can also do extraction, loading, and then transformation. These are the two. You either extract, transform, and load, or you load, you extract, you load before you transform. So depending on the environment and depending on what you are doing. So on the storage level or layer, and the metadata manager uh, has the data warehouse, or the data marks that you can see over there. So this is like planning your extractions into different segmentations and to pick special exact something. Then, of course, the presentation, what people need to see. When you use business intelligence tool like Microsoft Power BI, like Tableau, like Trendos, or like Domo, different type of BI tools are out there, or even some other thing. Then some other reporting tools as well, and business applications, and then operations. So modern cloud data platform integrate these components that we see today for a comprehensive data storage, processing, and analytic solutions. And so many of the when we talk about artificial intelligence today, we look at the analysis. We use data to come up with decisions, either for predictions or for recommendations or for forecasting or for decision making. So depending on what you are building or what you want the stakeholder, those data stakeholder to see, you can see that the modern day cloud, like different cloud data platforms, are very, very important because they easily help you for your data storages, the data that you store, processing this data, and then coming up easily, coming out with a kind of analytic solutions that you can use for decision purposes. So I want to introduce you to this modern cloud data platform. In terms of evolutions and important, we must therefore understand that from the traditional on-premise data warehouse to provide scalable, flexible solution for today data-driven organization. And so this platform offer serverless computing. You don't need to see what is a computer. You need to set up a virtual machine. No, of course, it's a platform that is already there. Either the Snowflakes, the big Google BigQuery, Microsoft Fabrics. These are serverless computing, and a separations of storage and compute, and that you can pay as you go price model, right? That revolutionize how you manage and you analyze your data. In fact, how you also process your data. That can you can easily, as developer or builder, I can easily use the endpoint, do anything. You don't need to worry about to easily connect and pull data from various places to begin to aggregate them for your data manipulations for your project. And so there are key benefits. Number one, this modern cloud data platform, of course, again, the Snowflakes, the BigQuery, and Microsoft Fabrics, they reduce the infrastructural management, which you don't need to bother because from building or development perspective, management of data level is actually very difficult. You need to have good technical understanding to be able to do a lot of things. But with this type of satellite computing environment for storage purposes that have taken the burden of infrastructure from you, you can do a lot of things. Then, like I said, it reduces the infrastructure management, elastic scalability for vying workload, and advanced analytics and AI integrations. So imagine you have data, whatever you are seeing, no matter how good, how precious, the AI product, be it Gemini, be it ChatGPT, be it Cloud, whatever, Copilot, whatever you are seeing out there, those big AI products, the main thing that is driving it is data. And so these data are being managed somewhere, right? So when you are using Snowflake, Google Big Data, or Microsoft Fabric, of course, it enhances easy way of integrating AI capability. In fact, Microsoft Fabric, you can easily integrate the Azure machine learning or the Azure Foundry to begin to drill a lot of things from it. And it's easy for you to bring data from various dimensions as well. And then we also see the multi-cloud deployment options. There are various ways it helps you to deploy either on Azure or GCP, Google, or AWS, or wherever you want to deploy. And so this presentation, we are trying to explore three leading platforms. There are other platforms out there, no doubt, right? But I'm focusing on these three leading platforms: the Snowflake, the Google Big Query, and the Microsoft Fabrics. They are wonderful in the market, and these are many of the AI tools we are building. Like one of the platform we built, the storage layer and everything actually is on Microsoft Fabrics, and it's phenomenal for what we call the Jericho AI. And so you have your data source, right, where there are operational systems and doing a lot of flash systems and doing a lot of things. You have the staging area for your pipeline preparations, where you do your ETL or ELT and all that. And then there is the warehouse itself, where that support your summarized data, the raw data, and then the metal data itself that is required. And then the end users for users that provide the analytics, the reporting, right? That all the mining that is taking place from those data and those informations are feedback, either through other tools like the Microsoft Power BI, the Tableau, and all those type of things that are out there, even Domo from other providers. There are many, many of these tools. So let's quickly look at Snowflakes and the overview of Snowflakes, right? There are core features and differentiators for this product, and they have a kind of a unique architecture that I want you to take note. Each of them are very unique, depending on the type of product you are building, depending on the stack you are using, depending on the type of data, how big the project, the missions of the project matters to how you use this data. So the core features and differentiators for Snowflakes, not to understand, number one, is one of these cloud data platform that has multi-cluster architecture. When we talk about multi-cluster architecture, we're looking at the separations of computing, the separations of storage, and the service layer for independent scaling, right? So that is how their architecture is. So the Snowflake, one of the good features and very nice feature about it is that is a separations of storage, compute and the service layer for independent scaling. So if you need to scale, you don't need to consider everything independently. If you want to scale the storage, you can scale the storage alone. If you want to scale the computing capability, you can do that, or just the service layer for an independent scaling. So that is one of the unique things. Another thing that is out there too is called the elastic scalability. In other words, there is an instant scale of up and down compute resources without disruptions of your data flow or the management of your data. And beyond that too, there is time travel. So your access historical data at any point within a retention period. So if you have your data hosted for 120 days, for 1 year, whatever, or for 30 days, whatever, within that time, there is what we call time travel. Time travel is the ability to access your historical data at any given point in time within the retention period that is being defined in the policies. Another thing is zero copy cloning. And when we talk about zero copy cloning, this is a feature that in Snowflake that allows you to create instant copy of a database, tables, and schema without duplicating the data, right? Which is very important. And this helps around reductions of redundancy, right? So where you can create instantly a copy of a database, the table, the schema, without necessarily duplicating data elsewhere. Another thing is the security and the governance. In terms of security and governance, the end-to-end encryptions, which is the role-based access control and the data masking, right? You can mask your data in terms of to make sure that to avoid a kind of uh, intruder not getting into data. So one, there is an end-to-end encryption role based, so you must have access as a person before you use it, or and then the access role-based access control and data masking. That means you can mask the data in terms of nobody knows what it is about, where it's coming from, right? Then another wonderful thing that Snowflake has is the capability around multi-cloud support. You can easily deploy snowflakes across different cloud, the AWS, Azure, and GCP with consistent experience. And so the uniqueness of Snowflakes is around their unique architecture in terms of the storage layer, the compute layer, and the service layer. That is one of their key things that anybody interested need to know. Another thing, I want to talk about Snowflake for AI deployment, right? AI and deployment. Of course, you need to know how do you deploy data in Snowflake's environment, and then how do you consume the data for AI use case, right, in the Snowflake's environment. And so there are many capability, therefore, that you must actually be a kind of aware of. So this is important to actually know, right? So you need to be able to do that, to understand the AI capability within Snowflakes and the multi-cloud deployment options that are available anytime you're thinking of using Snowflakes. Snowflakes, there is what we call the Snowflakes Cortex, which is a native AI service for running the large language model and building an AI power application within the Snowflake secure environment. So you can easily use Snowflake's the Cortex capability or the future or capabilities to be able to quickly run your large language model or build an AI application. Another thing that is very important with Snowflake that is good for AI builders or capability for AI is the unstructured data analysis. And that is, it helps you to quickly process and analyze document, image, and other unstructured data format directly within the Snowflake. So you don't need to worry about your unstructured data for analysis at all. So you can quickly begin to do something around it. Another key thing is what we call the conversational AI capability, that within Snowflakes, you can build an agent, AI agent, and conversational AI apps grounded in enterprise data for natural language interactions. So if you need to build a chatbot, for instance, or a communication, a conversation agent, you can, or bot or assistance, you can use this capability to quickly build a natural language interaction tool quickly because of the feature that support conversational artificial intelligence. And then there's a machine learning flow, the machine learning workflow feature, which helps you to create and manage end-to-end machine learning workflow within the Snowflake's environment. So these are the AI capability that makes it so wonderful. Then when we talk about it has various options. It support multi-cloud deployment option. In AWS, you can deploy it as a native dependent on AWS infrastructure with full future capability or support. Then on Azure too, it has a seamless integration with Azure services and infrastructure. Google platform, Google Cloud, it has full deployment capability on the GCP with consistent experience. And then across cloud capability, you can also share data across different cloud provider while maintaining the governance. So Snowflake has multi-cloud distributions where you can easily maintain data. You can see the different use cases that we mentioned. So it's one of the platform that, like I mentioned, that we're talking about tonight. Let's go down to the Google BigQuery. In terms of a quick overview around the Google BigQuery, so in terms of the quick overview around the Google BigQuery, we see that the core features and differentiators. Number one is the serverless architecture, which no infrastructure to manage or to manage or automatic resource provision, right? It's automated, so there it supports serverless architecture. So there is no infrastructure. You don't need to worry. How are you going to manage your infrastructure, or how am I going to plan my resources? Automatically, it plan resources for you, and that is it. Another thing that is very, very important here is that it has fast and scalable analytics. That means in fact, the petabyte is at scale, a query within a kind of columnar storage and extension. So it is very, very big. You can have a lot of column, a lot of rows, different type of thing. In fact, it's very wonderful to build any data platform. Then it support what we call the real-time analysis. That is streaming insights and analytics on real-time data. So if you are pumping real-time data or streaming data, maybe real-time transaction from the bank or stuffs like that, they are easily, it's a very wonderful tool as well. Then it is also SQL, that is a structured query language based query. And so it has a standard SQL interface with extension for analytics. And so you can write your query, you can manipulate your data and all that type of thing using stuff that you normally used to build. And then you can build in, of course, easily built in machine learning products as well. You can create and execute machine learning model using the SQL capability within the system. And another key thing is the geospatial analysis. That is, it native support for geospatial data like type and the functions. And this is very, very key. And so when we talk about BigQuery, it can easily, it's an BigQuery integration with the GCP is wonderful. Around the data storage is very high. The data governance is wonderful. The security visualization, and then the data, the ML and AI. So it's one of the wonderful uh, stuff as well. And now when we talk about the Google BigQuery for AI, right? We look at the snowflakes, their capability, the features that is unique among them. We also look at the, we are now looking at the BigQuery. We're looking at the future, now trying to look at the capability for AI and then the deployment options as well. In terms of the AI capability, BigQuery machine learning can be used to create and execute ML model using standard SQL query that I talked about. And that means it easily support a kind of classification, data classifications, regressions, and then clustering and more. It can do a lot of things. So with the query, you can easily execute your machine learning model. And not only that, generative AI integration. So for Gen AI, like text generations, multimodal data processing capability for even creating content and summarizations and insight. The BigQuery can help a lot if you need to integrate Gen AI product or services or use case into it. And then Google, of course, they support also the Google Veritas AI connections. And the Google Veritas AI is an AI managed platform that you can build, fine tune your model, or even build the new thing, build a lot of things into it. That means it has capability for you to quickly connect your BigQuery to your Veritas AI where you are using to build model for seamless access to Google Veritas model, like I mentioned, and Google AI Cloud API, AI API for advanced AI task generation. And then, of course, it also have a unified SQL analytics. That means it combines analytic power and generative AI to simplify the SQL analytics across structured and unstructured language. So, gonna do this. You have, before you consume a data, use data from there, use data from there. You have to do a lot of mapping, do a lot of uh, connections, do a lot of your model, the data model, before you understand which data go to where, how are they related. But in this time, the BigQuery really helps you to have a unified SQL analytics for easy manipulation, both for SQL and non-SQL data. Then in terms of the deployment option, it's actually GCP native service. So one of the first and good place to is easily deploy it, or which is normally deployed because a hosted application over there, is deeply integrated with Google Cloud Platform ecosystem for seamless operation. So if you go to the Google Cloud Platform, that is where you can use a BigQuery, and you can use it to build a lot of big data stuff today. Then the BigQuery Omni run the BigQuery analytics on data store in you can either from the AWS S3, which is the storage system, or the Azure Block Storage without data movement. So you can use the big query Omni to consume data from AWS S3 or Azure Block Storage without even moving the data as well. So in terms of BigQuery uh, multi uh, multi-cloud capability, like I mentioned earlier, it is GCP native platform, so I run fully on GCP. However, we have the Omni version, which you can run on AWS via the Omni channel, like I mentioned, that you can quickly analyze data without the movement. The same thing with Azure as well. Now, let's look at the Microsoft Fabrics overview. In terms of the Microsoft Fabrics, what are the unique features and differentiators? One of the key things and very big here is that it's a unified analytics platform. It's a unified analytics platform. Again, unified analytics platform. And in fact, Microsoft Fabrics is one of the big one because of the various architecture that it's using. It's using what we call the Medallion architecture, and different type of architecture that can be adopted based on the use case. But Medallion architecture is one of the big one, right? So the the core feature here is a unified analytics platform. That means it helps to have like an end-to-end analytics solution combining multiple services in one platform. So you can use you can access different type of thing, both structural and unstructural. So your data is stored in one place, you can manipulate as it is. Another thing that is very, very important is the one lake is a Another thing that is very important is the one lake data storage. It has a centralized data lake storage for all Fabric workloads. So all the workload that you have, the data is a kind of what do you call it? The data is centralized, Another thing that is unique and wonderful for builders and data engineers or data governance is the data integration. So it has a comprehensive tool for data movement and transformation. Very, very secure. And of course, you know of Power BI. The Power BI is fully embedded into the Microsoft fabrics right now. And the Microsoft Power BI integrations, it has a seamless connection with the Microsoft Power BI, so which is a leading business intelligence platform. Many people are aware, one way or the other, when you see report or visualization, many of them are actually rendered by Microsoft Power BI, and the fabric is fully synced to it. In fact, you can also embed it with different type of product today built on the Microsoft Fabric. And then the co-pilots in the fabric, Microsoft Copilot, which is an AI assistance or tool system, or I call it agent or my assistance, that kind of thing, is also here. That means AI power assistant for data tax and analytics. So it is there to also guide you, and then you can use it to build a lot of wonderful things. Then it also have real-time analytics, processing and analyzing streaming data for immediate insight. For immediate insight. In fact, and I can attest to this very well. We have a product called Jericho.io, which is a cloud automation platform, and we do this for real-time analytics. So it gets data from various places, and in real time, you can view that type of thing. So the Microsoft Fabric capability is wonderful around business intelligence, data engineering, data integrations, real-time analytics, data science, data warehouse. The go-to will be Microsoft Fabrics, and it's wonderful. So if you have big data out there, let us know. We can work with you to make sure that your data is properly defined, uh, deployed, and providing the wonderful insight that you can get. And so the fabrics, Microsoft Fabrics for AI and deployment, the AI and deployment. So let's look at the AI capability of Microsoft Fabrics. Number one is the integrated ML environment. That is the machine learning environment. So it has a complete data science workspace with notebook experience and machine learning operation capability. That is ML ops, right? So it's a very wonderful way. So if you are a data scientist, everything is integrated. If you are a model engineer, AI and ML engineer, whatever you need to, this is a wonderful place to quickly build something. Number two is the Azure AI integration and service integration. It has a seamless access to Azure's cognitive services and AI model. So whatever you want to build, you can really connect it quickly because it's fully integrated. Then it has a predictive analytics. You can build focusing model and predictive insight across business functions if you actually on Microsoft Fabrics, and supporting API. You can use like Python to Django to do a lot of things around it. If you also had to even feed information from here, or using a fast API, that kind of thing, or you just you can do your query, whatever. It supports a lot of capability. And then again, it has a co-pilot in the fabrics, which is an AI power assistant for data preparation, analysis, and then visualization tasks. So in terms of deployment option, however, it is Azure native, hosted directly on Azure. That is a Microsoft Fabric deployment. That is a big one. We have also seen a hybrid, right, where maybe something is on some part can feed data from on-prem or get something from on-prem and other in the cloud. And then I think, of course, Microsoft is already looking towards multi-cloud, of course, functionality. I can trust them for that. So Azure native integration is a weak, clear winner, because in terms of AI today or building AI today, the Azure AI Foundry has a lot. So with that integration, it has a deep integration with the Azure services for seamless authentication and data flow. data movement. So that means the security is wonderful, way wonderful. Most of the systems have been integrated. In fact, integrated to PostgreSQL, different database are already integrated. So your data can sit everywhere, and all of them come to one place. And it has a hybrid connectivity. Can connect to an on-prem data source. So if you have, let's say, data in a particular place, is not in the cloud, or if you are worried about some certain data coming to the cloud, it has capability to connect to an on-prem data source while privileging cloud capability. So if you want your core data to sit on-prem, maybe you are a bank, or you are in the public safety, wherever, where data is a concern, or wherever, your data could be hosted in an undisclosed location, or wherever you have your data, and then privilege on the capability from the AI, the cloud services, to be able to do things. So I think Microsoft did wonderful job. We have serious experience. We've used it to build a wonderful product out there. One of the product is a multi-cloud cost optimizations. It's called Jericho AI, jerichoai.io, jerichoai.io. If you want to see what the capability of the stuff. And I want to quickly look at the architecture, the Medellin architecture, especially the Snowflakes and the data and the Microsoft fabrics. They are built, they run the Medellin architecture. And so a kind of a modern data lake house design pattern. And so when we talk about Medellin architecture, is a design pattern. It's a modern data lakehouse design pattern. And what is it? This Medellin architecture is a data design pattern used to organize data in a lakehouse environment in terms of progressive improving data quality and structure through defined layers. So you have like the bronze layers, the silver layer, the gold layer. And this is actually what we want, don't to talk too much about what we use, how we build at Jericho AI, right? But I can quickly tell you that this is wonderful. In fact, this is the architecture that we use, where build different applications around it. So the bronze layer, the Medellin architecture, again, remember, is a data design pattern used to organize data in a lakehouse environment, progressively improving the data quality and structure through defined layers. So the bronze layer for this architecture is for the purpose of collecting raw data. So say for instance, you have an applications where you are collecting data from various places. So all the data you are collecting comes to the bronze layer, and then for the ingestions of the data, for the raw data, it is the original format with a kind of minimal processing, preservation, and then the source data source integrity. They are all they all come to the bronze layer, right? And then in the bronze layer, these are raw data ingestions. They are coming from database, from social media, from IoT, from anywhere, and they come to this. Then the architecture, the Delon architecture, also have what we call the silver layer. These are the clean data, where you, after you've done your ETL, you've the missing data, everything has been filtered, clean, and transformed. Data with a standardized schema and improve quality. These are where it's stored. So the Medellin architecture helps us to separate data. Okay, I've worked with this data, I want to keep it there. It's like you having clothes, right? Before you take clothing uh, to your dry cleaner or to the laundry. And when you get to the laundry, first of all, you have your kind of clothes that are dirty. They are in one place, and you just take it there. So this is the dirty clothes here, right? So once they are clean, the cloth is clean, um, clean by the washing machine. Everything gets to the silver layer, right? Silver layer is stored there. Your clothes are clean, and then of course after cleaning you iron them. Then you take it to the good layer. These are clothes that are iron, ready to wear, right? Ready for for you to show people have finished washing your clothes and all that type of thing. So the good layer is the business, the insight, um, where maybe you have used the clean data to build an AI applications or provide an insight or analytics, either predictive recommendations or whatever. And so the gold layer is a business level aggregated site where curated data sets are actually optimized for specific use cases and analytics. And so this architecture is supported by modern cloud data platforms like the Snowflakes, the Microsoft Fabrics, and the data lakehouse solutions like you can see it there. This is the data source where your data is coming, the browse, it gets all the data ingestions, right? Here, the silver is the data is filtered, clean and augmented. And then this is the gold layer, which is the gold. Data is your gold, right? So the new currency. So all the data you have cleaned, this is where it is. And from here, you can stream it to for insights, analytics, or send it to Power BI for reporting purpose or for whatever you need to do with the data. Another thing, in terms of there are different ways, and I want to look at how the Medellin architecture is being implemented specifically for Snowflakes and Microsoft Fabric. So we want to quickly look at it. In terms of the Snowflakes implementation, Snowflakes architecture is well suited for implementing the Medellin architecture pattern with its separations of storage and compute. Earlier, when I was talking about Snowflakes, I told you about the main architecture of Snowflakes is the separations of storage, of compute, and service layer, right? So you need to bear that in mind. And so the implementation here, number one, the Snowflake use a separate data set for Bruce, for silver, and for gold layer. And then privilege the snow pipe for continuous data ingestion to bronze, right? And then, of course, you use the stream and the task for automated data processing between the three layers and apply time travel. And earlier, when I was talking, I talked about the time travel under Snowflake for data recovery and version control, right? So as you can see here, this is Medellin architecture, the raw data, clean data, and the ready data to use for business. Then in the case of Microsoft Fabrics, which is phenomenal, and you see the Microsoft Fabrics provide a comprehensive implementations of the Medellin architectural pattern within its Lakehouse framework. So in Microsoft Fabrics, it's what we call one lake as the unified storage layer for all Medellin stages, right? The Medellin stages, which is the bronze, the silver, and the gold. Then it does the data factory pipeline for ETL, that is the extraction, transformations, and loading process between the layers. It happens connected. Then there is a Spark, maybe Python Sparks, all those things, notebook that are there, right? Spark a notebook for complex transformation in the silver layer. So if you want to write your notebooks, to write some script there for how the data should be manipulated or what you want the data you want to take to the good layer, how you want it to work or whatever. Then the direct Power BI integration with good layer for analytics. And so as you see, these are like your file, the databases, the streaming, and in the bronze there is raw data, right? And then in the silver, the filter and the clean data. The gold is the business layer that data are aggregated before they are pumped or sent out the the Power BI or whatever, any type of reporting tool. So it's really, really phenomenal that using these two can bring to your business. And so let's look at today we've talked about the Snowflakes, the Google BigQuery, and the Microsoft Fabrics. Let's look at some comparing key features and capability across Snowflakes, BigQuery, and the Fabrics. Right. So in terms of the architecture, like I mentioned earlier, the Snowflakes has what we call the multi-cloud separations of multi-cluster separations of storage and compute. And not only that, it also has service, by the way. And then why the BigQuery have serverless, you don't need to worry about infrastructure and a kind of a columnar storage, right? Why in the case of Microsoft Fabrics, which is phenomenal, it has a unified platform with one lake storage. This is key. So if you look at the architectural level, the base architectural level, this is the difference between the three. And in terms of serverless, in the Snowflakes, it has a virtual warehouse, data warehouse, which is a semi-serverless type of capability. And then in terms of BigQuery, of course, it's full serverless platform. The same thing with Microsoft service as well. And the reason for that, these people have the infrastructure to run that. Then in terms of multi-cloud support, again, the Snowflake support AWS, Azure, GCP. Why in the case of BigQuery, of course, it's a GCP native, and it has the Omni BigQuery for AWS and Azure interface for connecting with the data storage like the Azure Block Storage and the AWS S3. And then for right now for Fabrics, it's fully on Azure. So it's only Azure only for particularly for now, except if you need to ping data from on-prem. But in terms of the cloud support, for now it's only Azure. Then around the AI and ML integrations, in the case of Snowflakes, it has the Snowparks for ML, that is for machine learning, and the context AI, right, that I mentioned earlier for those capability. Then BigQuery have the BigQuery ML and the Veritas AI integration. For Azure, for Microsoft Fabric, it has the Azure ML integrations and Copilot. So these are phenomenal features for using this type of cloud data platforms. And the real-time analytics, in terms of Snowflakes, is actually limited in terms of real-time streaming. It's limited, but for the BigQuery have a streaming analytics. But when you talk of real-time, you have to go for a real-time analytics, and then you go for Microsoft Fabric. These are serious capability that are there. Then in terms of data governance, which is key, um, Snowflake has a role-based access and data masking, and why the Google BigQuery has the identity access management and column level security. So you can very low level that you can actually implement a lot of things. So this is wonderful. And then for Microsoft Fabrics, they have the pure view integration and unified governance. So Microsoft, of course, they have the identity, what you call the access, the identity, and all those things, defenders, and all those things, zero trust. So Microsoft, what I'm saying is that based on many legacy system, they have a lot of experience when it comes to that. So that has been really built into it in terms of the unified governance. As even zero trust lately, I think, has been part of, it's now part of this, if I'm not mistaken. Then, in terms of the ecosystems for integrations, the Snowflakes has a partner network marketplace. Then Google BigQuery has a deep GCP integrations. Microsoft has the Microsoft 365, the Power Platform. In fact, you can use this with the Power Platform, where you can do a lot of Power Platforms are the Power Apps, the Power Automate from Microsoft, all those things that you can use to build a lot of things, even for robotic process automations that you can build using the Microsoft AI Builder. You can use that to do a lot of things. So data is really taken care of here. And then in terms of pricing, however, in Snowflakes, they charge for as a compute and storage. That is how they charge. In case of BigQuery, is querying processing and storage. So the query you are doing plus storage, that's what they charge for. For Microsoft, they have capacity based. You have F8, F16, F32, F64, like that, depending on the capacity of storage, everything you need. You go for the capacity of what you need. But however, Microsoft Fabrics have, I think, over 60 days of free trial for you to try and build something out and check. So in terms of key strength, for Snowflakes, they have multi-cloud flexibility and data sharing among them, which is very important. Depend on the project you are doing, you need to check all this. And then serverless scalability and SQLM for the BigQuery. Why, in case of Microsoft Fabrics, it has end-to-end integration and unified experience. And so note that this comparison represents a general capability as of today, as of September, not necessarily today. And then specific feature may varies based on versions and updates. So please, I need you to take note of that. So this is a very wonderful information if you want to know about this. In terms of the AI project and use cases, there are common AI use cases across this platform. In terms of like, if you have a customer that want to do chunk, a kind of customer chunk predictions, identifying at risk customer by analyzing the behavioral pattern and engagement matrix. Of course, you can build any use cases using any of the three for customer chunk prediction. Prediction. Another thing is the fraud detection. So if you need to do real time real-time what do you call it, real-time anomaly detections in transactions and users behavior to prevent them. Again, you can, these are kind of use cases that you can build AI to around it. Then conversational AI and chatbots. So enterprise data grounded conversational agent for customer service, internal support can also be built. Then if you are doing demand forecasting, you can use predictive analytics for inventory management or resource planning, right? You can build stuff like that. These are some AI or data processing, automatic data extractions, and analysis of information from unstructured document. You can use them to be able to do that. So the AI integration with data platforms, it's actually an AI-driven data integration techniques, and automated data mapping, mastering data quality management, intelligent data transformation, real-time data processing. So they are really, really wonderful tool that I think anybody building data has to consider. Then there are cloud deployment scenarios. So let's look at single cloud platforms, right? Single cloud. So the advantage of a single cloud here is that simplify management, integrated services, and optimize costs, streamlines the support. The consideration, however, is that there is potential vendor lock-in, regionally availability, and service limitation. So you need to consider this different scenario from time to time, right? So there is also, in terms of multi-cloud, the advantage is that, of course, there is vendor diversifications, which is best of breed services and kind of helps you to improve the resilience, improve the resilience of your data. And then is geographically flexible. So there is a geographic flexibility. And so the challenge you must consider also, it will increase complexity, skilled requirement, potential cost increase, and governance overhead. So these are things, if you want to use multi-cloud, then you need good engineers, you need to consider all those things. Then for hybrid, the advantage of this is leveraging on existing investment like the data sovereignty control and gradual migration part that can be done. So let's say you have some data on-prem and another one in the cloud, like supported by Fabrics earlier I mentioned. And so there is a challenge. The challenge is network complexity, right? That you need to worry about, and security considerations, because it's not managed in terms of you manage your part and another person. So you need to look at that. Then data governance consistency is another part. So in terms of public, this is public, a public cloud workload going to private, and you can see there like a traditional IT environment for for a kind of a hybrid. Then for public, this is what you see. So multi-cloud architecture showing the workload distribution across a provider, like you see earlier. Let's now so in MVIT, which I represent, the chief solution architect here, and then in MVIT, which is a New Vision Institute of Technology, we are your partner. So if you are looking at building an AI platform, building a cloud platform, of course we are your excellent cloud data platform. We are engineers that understand these two very well. We can deploy them to build a lot of things. So MVIT, we are specialized consultants, team engineers that can I'm focusing on implementations, right? So we are consulting and implementation firm that focus on helping organization to privilege or to depend or use these modern cloud data platforms and AI technology. We have deep expertise. In fact, as I talk to you, we've have a couple of clients and few clients that we are supporting right now, doing migrations and building data pipeline, data models, and all those type of things. So we have deep expertise in Snowflake, in Google BigQuery, and in Fabrics. Above all, we very deep expertise, right? And by the way, we are partners with these people. We are partners with Microsoft. We're very good partners, both commercial and even government services. We're partner with Microsoft. We're partner also with Google. We partner with AWS, so we can really work to see how we can support you. So we can provide end-to-end services for data pipeline deployment, data governance, data strategy, and the AI strategy, and even implement your AI project. So our team of certified professionals bring cross-platform knowledge and industry expertise to ensure successful implementation. So we have decades um, of experience in this industry as solution architect, as a cloud and DevOps specialist, as a AI and ML engineer, data scientists, and data engineers. So we are here to business analytics, all right? So we have this team that can really support you. So if you're out there looking to build your data product or AI product, we are one of the partners supporting businesses around the whole of North America. And then the way we do it in MVIT, we do a lot of scoping and integration of data analysis. We modernize and implementations of your data analytics. We evaluate with advanced analytics. So our data analytics expertise is very extensive. It's very extensive. We do data architecture and governance, right? The data architecture and governance, customized data management solutions, predictive analysis, recommendations, systems, a dashboard, and business intelligence visualization. So whatever you need, we can get this done for you. We can build it wherever you are. In as much you have data, you have a goal. We can mine that goal with you using these platforms to build something very phenomenal in the industry. So the MBIT data pipeline deployment services include end-to-end solutions across cloud platforms. So our services include architectural design, the ETL and ELT implementation, the real-time data streaming, the data integrations, and performance optimization. In fact, we also do a lot of cost optimizations, right? In terms of the architectural design, we focus, we provide a kind of a custom tailored data pipeline architecture that is optimized for specific business need and cloud environments, right? So having understanding, we are veterans in this industry, and we have good understandings of the various clouds. So wherever you are, we can support you. You need to reach out to us, and we're able to support you. Then for ETL, and then the ELT implementation, the development of robust extract transformations and then load, which is the ETL, or extract, load, and transform, which is the ELT. We support to process data, automate even that as well with the data model, that extractions and loading can be done automatically without any human being. Right. Then the real-time data streaming, right? Where here we do a lot of implementations of real-time data streaming using a solution, using a streaming solution, using technology like the Kafka, the Spark streaming, and the cloud native services. So these are core experience that we have. Then around data integrations, seamless integrations of disparate data source into unifying cloud data platform, such like Azure, Microsoft Fabrics, the Snowflakes, or the Google BigQuery. Yeah, then another thing, we do a lot of performance and cost optimization, by the way. Here we do a lot of fine tuning of data pipeline for maximum efficiency and cost effectiveness, right? So, and that is what we do. So we provide you, we do data assessments and audit. We can look at your data, what is up and how we can help you. We do a lot of data assessments and audit. We do data collections and cleaning. So if you want to build something model, you want to do cleaning, you want to do data labeling, whatever, we are the good place to go. Then we provide an ongoing support as well. Beyond we do a lot of predictive modeling and data visualizations to support data analytic consulting. So whether for AWS, for Azure, for GCP, for IBM, for Oracle, wherever you are, we are the good to. We are not very big team. We are a very small team, but very unique, and ready to support you as you build. In terms, I wouldn't forget to talk about our data governance services. The MVIT data governance services ensuring data quality, security, and compliance, right? Depending on the type of compliance you need to meet, we provide data catalog implementation, metadata management, data quality framework, security and compliance, data lineage. We do all that. In terms of our data catalog implementation, the deployment of enterprise data catalog for improved data discovery and understanding. We support all that type of services. And then in terms of comprehensive metadata management strategy and implementation too, and development of automated data quality for monitoring and then remedial systems. Especially you need to do stuff like need to meet SO two type 1 or 2. We This is very important for remedial study systems or monitoring and security, and then compliance implementation of robots control and compliance framework, maybe GDPR or HIPAA, or depending on the control that you need to put in place, all those compliance around CCPA, SOS, ISO, 27001, PCI, DSS, whatever, or even from the government side, it has to be federal ramps high or whatever, CMMC, what ITAS, whatever you need to meet, we make sure that we support that. Then we do a lot of data lineage services. Here we do end-to-end data lineage tracking and visualizations. And so depending, what we do and the way we do is that we plan with you, okay? We plan with you, and then we analyze, we design and implement, and we do the monitoring and evaluation in terms of the data governance, which involve the people, the platform, the process, and the policy. And like you can see, so if you do have service there, don't forget to ping our team. I'll go to our website, mvit.tech. You're able to contact us either on the phone or on the email. Then the MVIT AI implementation. So here, what we do, we privilege so much on modern data, cloud data platform for AI sources. And I say that for a purpose, right? So most of the AI projects, a lot of them are failing. And when you dig deep, the result of, or the reason why many AI projects are failing is actually around the data pattern, or the data they have. The data pattern is a big problem and a big challenge in the industry. So privileging modern cloud data platform like the Microsoft Fabric, Snowflake, big data, they are very, very important. So our strategy here is that we do a lot of AI strategy development, where we do a lot of creations of tailored AI roadmaps aligned with business objective. Okay, so whether government or business, wherever, we can travel to a site, look at a business, and being able to support this. Our engineer can also come to you, right, wherever, or you can. This day, travel is also limited. If you want to stay remote, fine. Any country, right, that you are not under sanction by the United States, we are actually able to support you. Okay, and then our services used for the creations of tailored AI roadmap align with business objective under our AI strategy development. So we can do AI strategy development for you. We can do ML model development, where we do building, training, and deploying the machine learning model for various business use cases. So if you need to use model, though we don't, we feel it's a waste of time, but people are still building model, no doubt. But we can work with you either to build a new one, or to custom, or to fine tune a kind of a traditional or foundational model that are already out there to fine tune for your business case. Or we can either fine tune or even train from the scratch. Once you have the data, we can do all that, and you have the resources. Then the ML ops implementation. So here we set up robust ML ops practice for model lifecycle management, which is very key, right? So in fact, many of the AI projects that fail, they are all because as a lack of this. There is no AI strategy development. Maybe their model is not well planned. The ML ops implementation is not well set up. When you have a model running, you must have a model lifecycle management, which is the ML ops, right? We manage all those type of things. Then if you have a generative AI, we have a lot of generative AI solutions, implementations of Gen AI application grounded in your own data. We can use your data to build something interesting. Then above all, we do a lot of AI integration, seamless integrations of AI capability into your existing business processes and applications, right? A business without an AI integrations, that business is really going to fade away very quickly. And so every business is encouraged in all industry, encouraged to actually integrate AI capability into their product, wherever business, whichever business, be it education, be it NGO, be it government, be it the finance, be it healthcare, be it oil and gas, wherever, eh, anywhere, AI has to be integrated. If not, you're going to find it very, very difficult. So, in terms of our um, consulting services, like I mentioned, AI development, strategy development, AI readiness assessment, we can check and do an assessment for you, right? AI assessment, AI readiness assessment. Are you ready for AI deployment? We do all that. Then once that is done, AI strategic development, where we define the governance, the framework, short and long term, everything for you, the roadmap you want to follow, and all that type of things. And the governance, the stakeholder development, everything to make sure that AI project does not fall and fail, right? Then we, of course, we do AI implementation, both the planning and the support. We do training and change management if there is a need. Then an ongoing type of support. And our AI implementation is across cloud platforms, AWS, GCP, Azure, Snowflake, BigQuery, Microsoft Fabrics, all those things, or wherever you want to deploy it, we are the go-to place for you. This is a cup of tea that we drink very well. So we can guide you, we can coach you, you and your team. We can come into dirty our hands to get them done. Or if you are somebody looking for a job, they're hunting for job, we do training as well. I think right now we have our enrollment ongoing for training, and these are the two that you need to understand to quickly get a job actually. Yeah, so partner with Envy for your cloud data journey. We are expert implementation of modern data cloud platforms, right? All those things that we're talking about. As I relate your data and AI initiative with our expert guardian, you can visit www.mvit.tech, www.mvit.tech. You can email us at info@mvit.tech, or you go to our website. The phone number is there. You can you can connect us, or if you want to schedule a 30 to 45 minutes, no obligation type of consultation, we're ready to talk with you, right? If you're looking at anything around this from our cloud data platform team, of course, they're able to talk to you and to guide you whatever you need to do. So, in conclusion, before I round up tonight, I want to tell you that we want to look at, in conclusion, and the future outlook. The takeaway for tonight is that each platform um, offer unique strengths. So, like in the case of Snowflake, is support multi-cloud flexibility, right? So unique strength. BigQuery have serverless analytics, and the Microsoft Fabrics, the experience you can't take out is a unified experience you get from Microsoft Fabric. Not only that, AI integration is now a core capability across all platforms, enabling advanced analytics without specialized expertise. Okay? Then development options, right? Ranging from single cloud to multi-cloud with varying degrees of native integrations. Those are key takeaway you have to understand, right? Then the platform selection should align with existing cloud investment. So if you are choosing a platform, please make sure it aligns with your existing cloud investment so that you're not just spending money. And then, of course, it requires there are a lot of technical requirements and strategic goal. I repeat, platform selection should align with one, existing cloud investments, technical requirement, and strategic goal. These are very important, right? So the future outlook we have seen and we can predict to tonight is that there will be deeper AI integration with specialized industry solutions and domain-specific model. This is going to happen very soon from from Microsoft Fabric, Snowflake, BigQuery, and other people that are out there, right? Other model that are data platform that are out there. Then, of course, future outlook, we can also see enhanced multi-cloud capability with seamless data sharing and process across environment. We're seeing and can predict tonight that this is going to continue to happen, right? Then another thing is automated data governance and security with AI power monitoring and compliance, right? So there will be more data governance and security with AI power monitoring and compliance. Then again, there will be convergence of structured and unstructured data processing in unified platform. It's happening already, but we are not completely there yet. So it will continue to grow. So you need to choose the right platform based on your specific need and cloud strategy. Once again, thank you so much for listening tonight. It has been wonderful talking to you. But remember, we are your partner. You can partner with us, and then we are ready to support you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for connecting from the different platform that you are. It has been John the Chief Solution Architect for AI, data, and cloud here in MVIT, Texas, United States of America. Have a very wonderful evening.